Hey, welcome to my dream studio. You'll see on either side of me I got these professional grade Fender 500 watt speakers for entertaining up to 200-300 people hooked up to my computer. I call this the dream studio not because it's the studio of my dreams. It's simply that this is where I come and dream. This is where my dreams are fostered and fertilized. Talking about Foster, I'm a little bit nervous about tonight's comedy show, and I'm not even in it. I'm going to watch Glen Foster, and I think he's an amazing comedian. I haven't seen him for 8 to 10 years. I see stuff he does online. He's been everywhere. He's been doing comedy for like 40 years. But last time I talked to him personally, with a bunch of us having drinks and food and whatever, at one point he kind of leans over and he's like, "I wish you'd shut the fuck up." So I'm a little bit shy, but I love the guy. He's an amazing comedian. So we'll see how this goes. I'm a little bit shy, a little bit nervous about it, but really look forward to seeing him do his act. Doesn't matter what he thinks of me. It's more important what I think of him. Let's go see how it goes. We're just down here at the Crazy Canuck waiting for the show. Janин's going over the menu, which is quite extensive. The food here is amazing. What did we order? A Canadian pizza, pepperoni, bacon, everything. All these people are going to be here for the show. See Glen Foster. The stage area is over there. Grommet is at work. Probably happy that we're not going to be in the show. We're just here to watch Grommet and eat. That's a good thing. And of course, me. My beverage of choice is I thought it was a Rusty Nail, but it's a Crazy Canuck beer. And come down, man. Check out a show sometime. This is a great place. Great food, great comedy. So there's the Canadian pizza. It's fantastic. There's Grommet, patiently begging for pizza. I don't like that camera thing, Kenny. Room's filling up. Got about 10 minutes of showtime. A different perspective for me over here in the far corner. The stage area is over there. This is what Grommet wants. He's got no shame, even with the cameras on. I love pizza. I love pizza.
Rusty Nail Comedy, thank you so much for being here for our 103rd sold-out show in a row, dating back to 2022. Can't thank you enough. We cannot do it without you, so thank you very much.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you. This is such a great job, you know? I talk to so many people who hate their job. I love my job, seriously, you know? I've been doing this a long time. There are days, literally, I cannot wait to jump out of bed in the afternoon, you know? I am fired up, ready to rock. I am deathly afraid of heights and spiders. If I fell off a building and Spider-Man rescued me, that would be the worst day of my life. It'd be like, I don't know about you. I got one of these pre-decline credit cards in the mail. Comes cut up in the envelope, eh? That is harsh. That is mean of the bank, really. I thought that was unnecessary, you know. Credit is the problem. Credit is the problem because when you pay cash for something, right? We used to get pre-approved credit. Do you remember pre-approved credit? That you would get those letters. You know what a pre-approved credit card basically says? We've been watching you, and you spend money like an idiot. We'd like to help. We think with a little encouragement, you could spend even more money. You're our kind of people. Credit is the problem, though, because when you pay cash for something, you know, there's a connection to it, right? You reach into your wallet, you take out, it's physical. You watch it. You watch the money as you're handing it over. It seems like a lot for one dance. So what's the solution? I guess smart cars. Oh, smart cars, eh? How smart do you feel? Honestly. How smart do you feel? Eh? Looking out your sunroof at the underbelly of an 18-wheeler? Oh, jeez. Oh, we got to do something, eh? We're still chopping down the rainforest. You know this? Still. How long have we been saying, don't chop down the rainforest? Still doing it, eh? Despite the impenetrable shield of pop stars and supermodels that protects the rainforest. Eh? Still able to get the bulldozers through. And we don't even know what's in the rainforest. It could be all kinds of wonderful medical discoveries. Could be the cure for cancer, the new Viagra. At the very least, some really good recreational drugs that we have not come across yet. Before we tear up another bush or step on another beetle, we should send in teams of junkies to just lick everything and smoke and consume and inject and just wallow in the marshlands of the Amazon for months at a time. We put GPS locators on them and two-way radios so we can find them later. Oh man, you gotta get over here, man. This is so good. It feels so good, man. Just come and get me, man. Come and get... hurry up, man. There's only one. There's only one flower here, man. There's one flower. Oh, there's 10 now, man. There's 10. Just wait a while. There'll be more when you get here. It's We're building wind farms. Wind farms. How big a loser farmer do you have to be? Huh? At what point in your agricultural career do you finally just throw in the towel? Well, Martha, we tried about everything. You know, this farm's been in my family a long time now. I was thinking, maybe we could grow wind. I hear tell they got a spinning thing to catch it with. Spinning thing. Turbine, a wind turbine. Oh, we have one. We have one down at the lakeshore. Get this. Apparently, if the wind blows too hard, they have to shut it down. God forbid we should make an extra kilowatt. Oh, no, we'd have to lay off a hydro worker. There's a very delicate balance between the amount we are raping you and the number of people we employ. Environment is, things are a little shaky there too, eh? We've been having some wacky weather. Good thing that whole global warming thing just a theory, eh? Scientists still argue about that. You know that, right? Because some scientists say, well, it's greenhouse gases that cause global warming, and other scientists are, no. This is all just a natural occurrence that happens every few million years when the Earth builds up a layer of SUVs. But what are we supposed to do? They say, take public transit, cut down on the noxious emissions, right? Which would be nice if you could cut down on the noxious emissions on public transit. You ever been downwind from somebody on a hot day? It's like, buddy, I hope you bought some Kyoto credits for that, because you should not be releasing that in a confined space. That is... just bad news. Public transit. I don't want to take public transit. You don't want to take public transit. Even the people who take public transit don't want to take public transit because the public is on public transit.
Welcome back to the Dream Studio here. Really was a great performance. I didn't record anything while I was there because it's not cool to do so when you go to a comedy show. So I just took some of Glen Foster's publicly available material off of YouTube. And if you're interested, by all means, go to thatcanadianguy.com. or just look up Glen Foster on YouTube, and you'll find lots of little clips that is going to entertain you. Follow him on Facebook. You know, he puts up all kinds of stuff from 20, 30 years ago. He's got so much material that's really relevant. I got a chance to say hello to him at the end of my show, and not my show, at the end of the show, but he had a second show after that, so he was very hospitable. And lucky for me, he didn't remember meeting me 10 years ago. So and it wasn't even a big deal. He certainly wasn't the first, wasn't the last, and nobody's been effective at it telling me to shut the hell up. And thankfully I don't. I like talking. I think I have something positive to share, and I enjoy sharing it with public audiences, although I do get really nervous. And I must say, I was disappointed. I'd asked if I could open up for him. It would have been a career highlight for me to be able to do so. I was told the spots were filled, like even a couple weeks ago, and the guys that did it were competent. I like to think I could have done better. It was a very good, diverse audience, as they always are at the Crazy Canuck. That's one thing I like about that place is the people that go there. And Sandy mentioned 103 sold out shows. They're all very well attended. It's a great audience, and I think I would have brought a different dynamic to the show. And I've got some personal material I would like to have shared about how when I first introduced myself to Glen Foster, and I said, I went up to him with my cane in hand, of course, and I said, I first saw you, I got a chance to see you in Montreal. He made it very obvious. He's like, you didn't see me. And when I told him that on Saturday night, he actually laughed, because it's nice, as a comedian, he makes himself laugh. And he's like, yeah, that's something I would say. And then I told him to shut the fuck up. That's something I remember, and I took it very personally, but I shouldn't have. It's just that it came from an icon in the industry, and it made me shy to approach him again. And I would like to have potentially got some mentorship. He's got a wealth of information. I just love what he says, but it's even more what he doesn't say more recently. And we shared some conversation about that. So it really was nice to reconnect with a guy that I like following. And I've seen him do lots of stuff, and I guess he's one of my role models in the industry, if one's to have one and say that. But maybe if I stay in the business long enough and work harder, do better, and get some more recognition, because I really would like to do more hosting, open, middle. I've got enough material for my own show. Carrying comedy energy is hard for 45 minutes to an hour. Certainly getting better at that, but public speaking, no problem. I've got lots to talk about. I am my own show. I'd like to call it Inspiration Entertainment, and I'm looking at the possibility of maybe taking the show on the road, because I'm getting tired of not getting stage time. I want to get out there. I don't want to live on the road. I'd like to go on the road, and if anybody's watching this and wants to support it, what I'd like to do is maybe start a little bit of a crowdfunding cause show at home, and then go out east. I think east is probably the best place for me to go and do 2 or 3 shows, 4 shows, take a plane and then a train place to place that I can get to, and then fly home, and then maybe work the middle of Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and then fly home, and then later on fly out west. And then I'd like to have a bigger show when I come home. Hopefully by then I've made a bit of a splash and a name for myself and recognition. They say the difference between a professional and an expert is 50 miles from home, and sometimes you got to go away to be appreciated. Because there's a lot of great people in comedy here. There really is, and I'm really proud to be part of what used to be the Yuck Yucks amateur program. And there's got to be a dozen people. People are out there with their personalities, and it's fun. It's really fun. Love to follow. Love to see what's going on. DJ Demers actually got his name up in lights in Vegas, so I feel like a small piece of me went there with him. Happy to share the stage. I introduced him a couple times. He's introduced me, and it's just fun. And always disappointed I didn't get to go as far, but work harder, do better. And so I'm going to respect your time and Glen Foster's wishes and just shut the fuck up and move on. Thanks again, guys.